am emotionally destroyed. And yet we're back at the happiest place on earth, back in Southern California, back at Disneyland, where the 70th anniversary is still in full swing, back from Orlando, Florida, where we've been the last couple weeks. But obviously none of that is the reason I'm emotionally destroyed. That is because my son, London, my little mini-me, my tiny little sidekick, just graduated high school last night. It was an absolutely massive ceremony. There was almost 800 kids in his graduating class, so it was a big, long, crazy ordeal. There was much weeping. My mom even took a picture of me crying. There was much celebrating, and then I went home, and then all I could think about was him in his little diaper playing his toy drum, or us watching Elmo or Thomas the Tank Engine, or all the adventures that we started to go on when he got a little older and he'd come with me to do Randomland stuff. And so then there was more weeping into the night, and today I'm down here at Disneyland because London is here with his friends and school fellows, because tonight is his grad night out here. That's an event thrown sort of after hours at the Disneyland Resort for local high school graduates. They can buy a special ticket, and they have basically a special private party all night long in one of the parks. And I wouldn't be a Disney history nerd if I didn't tell you that that's actually been happening at Disneyland since 1961. I believe it was only 5 high schools in the Los Angeles area that were originally invited to participate. Now it's hundreds of high schools from up and down the state of California. Sometimes schools in other states will coordinate a grad night or a senior trip, but a senior trip is a little different than a grad night where they have a private party. DCA in this case stays open until 2 a.m. and only other grad night students are in there. It's a cool event, and especially if you've grown up here in Anaheim or in Orange County or Southern California generally, kind of a big deal. And I must tell you, he's already accomplished more than me because I didn't go to my high school graduation. I didn't have a grad night. I did take a test and get a diploma actually 6 or 9 months before I was supposed to graduate, but I did that so I could drop out of high school like a loner, a rebel, which didn't bother me at all at the time, right? I felt like high school was a prison. I was just happy to get out of there. I had my diploma, so who cares? Until I went to my class's graduation, you know, to watch my friends graduate, support them, and saw all the other moms out there crying and proud. And then I thought, oh no, my poor mother, I ripped her off. So last night at London's graduation, I was like, finally, the sins of the father are forgiven. My parents had a grad night in 1982 because they graduated here in Anaheim, and almost 9 months to the day of their grad night, that is when I entered the world. So that had me out here just tripping out, thinking of my grandparents, knowing their kids were going to grad night, and then 9 months later they were grandma and grandpa. Life is weird, dude. Life is weird. It's a very strange thing indeed. Anyway, like I said, we just got back from Orlando, Florida. We were at Disney World, but we were also at the grand opening day of Universal's new park, Epic Universe. And not only did we have to fly back just in the nick of time for London's graduation and grad night here, but apparently I'm appearing at this Disneyana Fan Convention tomorrow. There's just a whole bunch to do. No rest for the wicked. And I feel like it would all be fine if I didn't spend the whole of last night intermittently crying. Yes, it was a little bit pathetic. It really takes a toll on you when you're older to cry. Jeez, and to fall down. I don't bounce back as fast as I used to. Anyway, there is a grad night tonight. It is grad night season, which is why the park is packed right now. Packed full of teenagers, but soon the other park will close to regular guests and become exclusively for the grad nighters. And that's what I'm counting on. This park emptying out a little bit and becoming paradise. We'll see. First, we're just grabbing a couple of gluten-free hot dogs from Coke Corner over here. And then, pro tip for those who have to eat gluten-free, there's no gluten-free fries here, so we take the hot dogs from here and we walk over to a different place to get the fries. It's a whole operation. Anyway, we're gonna get a little grub and then try to outweight the grad night crowds. Oh, okay, look at this. Here's the hot dogs. Oh, wait a minute, what's that sound? My dogs are barking. All right, the dogs have been secured. I repeat, the dogs have been secured. So that's when we grab them and then we do the speed run into Tomorrowland, trying to perfectly time a second mobile order to get the fries and the drinks. Boy, I missed the people mover. Anyway, yeah, if everything goes according to plan, we'll have hot dogs, fries, drinks, all gluten-free. But more importantly, that's the key to the plan. This is how we outweight all those teenagers in here. All right, well, dusk has come, my friends, eventide, as it were. And speaking of teenagers, here's mine. Look at my teenager who's also an adult. You can now get a tattoo on your forehead, London. No, you can now go, well, I was gonna say you could buy a pack of cigarettes. You can't do that yet, you're not 21. But you can join the army. You wanna join the army? You wanna get a tattoo? What do you wanna do? What's going on here?
I'm very proud of you.
You waited in line for 80-something minutes for Space Mountain with your friends. Your friends are off camera. We'll keep them off camera. But I'm proud of you. I'm sure everyone's proud of. Look at this. It's proud of the Lono. Aww. Just remember, you're now an adult, which means that if you punch anybody tonight, I can't get you out of jail. You're just stuck there. You're on your own responsibility now. No fighting, okay? No gambling, no smoking, no fighting, no drinking. You're still too young. No, get out of here. Go. Go. There he goes with his cool grown-up friends. What happened? Time went so fast. Okay, now we're gonna stay here all night till the crowd thinned out, but now, even though it was hotter than the blazes of Hades / the Inferno Room of Mr. Toad's Wild Ride earlier, it has now actually gotten quite chilly outside. By the way, shout out to Imagineer Tom Morris for the Neon Mickeys over here, yeah! We were all geared up, it was like 93 degrees earlier, and now it's like in the 70s. That's a big drop. So we might just suck it up and get in line for something, so that way we can go home. We'll have the whole house to ourselves. Ooh. Oh yeah, so we can watch a movie. A romantic movie. Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan. We were thinking Indiana Jones. We're still gonna have to wait a bit though if we don't want it to be Indiana Jones in the Temple of the Really Long Line. But in the meantime, I just remembered the little 70th anniversary tickets they have if you use your magic band. We got the power of the magic band. We can punch our way into the future. Right now over here at the Frontierland Souvenir Ticket Office, we can punch our way into some free souvenirs. Kabam! There we go, kabam! Woo! Little Disneyland Railroad free souvenir ticket there. Kablam! Ooh! I like that. You know what that is? That is the Golden Horseshoe Review right there. And then last but not least, right there, right over yonder, the most beautiful ticket of them all, the Mark Twain Riverboat. I love stuff like that. That's the kind of stuff I love the most. Shout out to Doc Brown's screen-used canoe from Back to the Future out there. You know what I'm talking about, right? Old school. Oh no, who's gonna tell Billy the Kid there's a reward out on his head? And then look at this in the back of the shop. Anyway, I love stuff like those tickets right there. A free little bonus souvenir, something you can keep in a frame or a scrapbook or a photo album forever. Like, oh, I remember the 70th, that was so cool. But now look at this, the automatic music machine. Allie just dropped a quarter in. Whoop, there it goes. I love stuff like this so much. Look at that. Automatic music machines were so popular last century, about 100 years ago, really. I love looking in there. Sorry that the light is strobing. They have some weird cheap LEDs in here, but you got a little tambourine back there, all the little drums and cymbals. So cool. Also some great novelty socks. This is for when your socks are stinky. I want these socks. Ooh, scooty boom time. Don't you want to do the automatic? No, I could go all night. Oh, so that's where I left my stick. All right, so they're announcing that Fantasmic is in 30 minutes. People are lining up for Paint the Night and the fireworks out on Main Street, which means the park will start to empty out. The lines will get a little shorter during that. We're also 20 minutes away from all the grads going from Disneyland over to DCA. So if we hang on just a little bit, the lines are gonna get tolerable. In the meantime, we're gonna go ahead into the Golden Horseshoe, which has a great 70-year banner up there, because Allie had the bright idea for us to waltz on in here and get ourselves some Shirley Temples. Keeping it old school. I should have got a Roy Rogers when I was a kid. That was the boys' drink, right? The girls got the Shirley Temples, the boys got the Roy Rogers. But I'm man enough for a Shirley Temple. I'm man enough for the good ship lollipop. I love the Golden Horseshoe. I wish they'd bring back the Golden Horseshoe Review, which at one time was the longest running live production, I believe, in the world or something like that, or at least America. I love it also because I love thinking about Walt Disney being in those booths up there. Him and Lillian actually had their anniversary party in here right before the park opened, and we are in that very same room. What a beautiful space. Dude, I'm not gonna lie to you. I kind of wish I could eat those cowboy fries. Nacho cheese, sauteed ground beef, burger sauce, butter pickles. I have no idea what a butter pickle is, but that's what it says, butter pickles. I'll take everything butter pickles. I never realized Shirley Temple isn't even on the menu, but Allie gets it all. How did you know it was even in here the first time then? Oh, it's on the app. Okay, because it's not on the actual physical menu, but you can order a Shirley Temple in here, just like Walt used to do. See, the longer we procrastinate in here, the shorter the lines will be. I really thought for the 70th they were going to bring back the Golden Horseshoe review. Maybe one day, maybe if I live long enough to see the 100th or something. I just realized Allie's grandma's name is Shirley. If she ever built her own church, she could call it the Shirley Temple. All right, that was perfect timing. We got in and out just as they were gonna close up shop. And now, as they get ready for Fantasmic, we're gonna try and sneak into Adventureland, punch our way into one more free souvenir.
Por favor, permanezcan en su lugar hasta que las luces sean restauradas. Y por favor tengan en cuenta que los visitantes...
Ooh, right over here by the Jungle Cruise is another little taparoo, right where the old Indiana Jones Fast Pass machines used to be when they had paper Fast Passes. That's the Jungle Cruise entrance, but they are right here inside the skipper's lockers. And I just realized I haven't been punching right. Put your magic band on like this, then you can punch your way into a free souvenir. Or you can let Allie do it. She still hasn't got a Disneyland magic band yet. She did the little tap. And there's the ticket right there. I love this. I love everything about this. Now we just have to decide how long we're gonna stay. I normally don't combine days into videos, right? Like usually my video will take place all on one day or another. Not this time. Once we leave here, you're gonna see a little bit of tomorrow action when we go to the Disneyana Fan Convention and something very exciting, a huge piece of Tiki history if everything goes correctly. Anyway, it looks like Indy is still at 50 minutes and I can see back there, I can see the lines a little meaty and it was between that and Big Thunder, so you know what? It looks like we're heading to the wildest ride in the wilderness. Oh, look at that. Our train has arrived. I am fearless. All right, our train has arrived. The Fantasmic finale is going on over there. It's time to head out on the old dusty trail. Oh, dude, that's cool. All right, Fantasmic's over. Time to roll. Here we go. Come on, children. Into the mines. Where's my gold? There's the water. All right, we're going through the Fantasmic smoke. Yeah! The Fantasmic smoke. It burns my face. Oh yeah! I love this part. Oh, look at that. That is a sight for sore eyes. It is good to be back in Anaheim, friends. It is good to be back. Whoa, watch out for the skunks. Whoa! I'm going to Disneyland! Woo-hoo-hoo! Oh! Uh-oh, who dropped the lamp? And I bring you fire. The runaway freight train. Whoa! I'm having more fun than any of those grads. Oh, Rainbow Ridge. And gently down. I love it, dude. I love that so much. I kind of missed Disney World's Big Thunder. It was closed the whole time we were there. It's going to be closed until next year. Memories. All right. Well, I'm still feeling tired. Not from today, from yesterday still. And although we'd love to stay until the park levels off and the crowds dissipate, and although the Paint the Night parade is back and everything, we got that convention tomorrow, and the next day I've got a table out there. It's going to be a long weekend, so we should probably get home and get some rest. And because the fireworks are about to kick off, that means this isn't just exiting Disneyland time. This means it's escape from Disneyland time. You look at the size of those crowds. Here's the thing, if it looks crowded now, when those fireworks are done, it's going to be 10 times as crowded. Oh, thank goodness the backstage hole is open. We're free. We're free. Freedom, the shortcut to freedom. All right, I didn't want to film in the non-themed area, but I just love this part at the end where you come back next to Walt's apartment. Look at the stairway up to that. Oh, Walt. Always been inspired by that Disney boy from Marceline. All right, well, that's it for Disneyland for tonight. We got that Disney convention coming up tomorrow. I feel weird just like running out, but the second those fireworks are over, those tram lines are gonna get awful long. So here we leave the worlds of yesterday, tomorrow, and fantasy, and go home and sleep well. See you tomorrow. All right, as Igor from Epic Universe would say, good morning, my delightful little freaks.
We're on our way.
All right, well, we've come to the Marriott down here near the airport in Irvine, California. Although tomorrow I have a table in the little vendor area, today I'm supposed to be on a panel, which is under a title I'm not particularly fond of, some kind of influencer panel, but, you know, happy to be here. No judgment on that word. It's just not a word I consider applying to me, since I'm not trying to influence anybody to do anything, really, except to have adventures and be entertained. Be that as it may, the Disneyana Fan Club has got roots going all the way back to the 1980s. I believe it's existed under various different names throughout the years, and it's sort of like a deep Disney nerd convention. A lot of really old school Disney and Disneyland fans. Unlike any other kind of convention, they sort of split the days. So they have one day a bunch of panels, and then the same room the next day they have like a free vendor market that has like all the best Disney stuff for sale, like stuff from the parks, all kinds of rare stuff. Anyway, today is panel day. I think Allie's asking for directions. Okay, now we know where we're going. Anyway, I'm very, a little bit nervous. I'm a little bit out of my comfort zone being on a stage and this type of thing. Just being asked questions like, but they couldn't be nicer people. They asked me to come. And so I'm here. All right, so this is not like a normal convention, right? It's more like a fan club meeting, like very old school. So we're in the little green room now. There's a lot of panelists in here. They served up a very fancy lunch. I, of course, confined myself to a cup of joe. But yeah, we've got Imagineers in here, Disney artists, weird influencer folks. Everybody's super cool and friendly, and they're playing musical chairs, swapping tables. Everybody's kind of meeting each other. I'm very shy, so I'm standing in a corner with my coffee, as I do. Getting nervous about being on a panel. All right, I think the meeting is shortly being called to order, and I'm gonna have to go sit up there. See, today is super chill, super quiet. Tomorrow's the free day, by the way. So these are paid panels. Looks like they have some silent auction stuff going on here. It's definitely like sort of a small, like secret, sort of elite type of thing. It makes me nervous. It almost feels like I was invited to a secret society meeting, but like by accident. So I'm just like, oh, hello, do I belong here? Weirdly, I know a lot of people in the room, so I'm cool, but it's just weird. I'm gonna have to sit up there, all these tables looking at me.
Well, because part of me wants to warn people about the downsides. No one's going to mention the downside. But
Trolls.
you put your life on the internet.
That was a great movie.
Yeah, all of a sudden you've opened the book to everyone on planet Earth having an opinion about every decision you make, the car you buy, the clothes you wear, everything you do, guessing at your secret relationships and stuff like that. But if you're going to do it anyway, do your own thing. Think about it like your art. You're going to work and you're creating something, and everybody has different motivations. Some people want to be famous, some people want to make money, some people just want to share this thing, or they're creating art. But I would say just look at it like you're getting one unique chance to create something that's yours, so make it yours. Don't just clone and things, because nobody ever blazed a trail by just imitating. You know, so just try to make it your own.
That was so weird. It's more like a conference than a convention. I feel like convention is the wrong word for this day. It's more like a conference. Everyone's so serious. You guys taking notes on stuff. But we got through it, and then we found a little market so we could come get a little snackage to watch our next friends on the next little panel thing. Ooh, look at this. It's Disney artist Jimmy Mulligan. Check out his work. He's good. He's good. Ooh, look at this. They mistook us for VIPs and gave us a Jimmy Mulligan Scrooge print. He's signing all the Scrooge prints over here for the VIPs. Ooh, which is everybody who's at the conference today. Hey, Tanya, this is the first time I've ever seen this in my life. It's Randomland videos on a disc. Yeah. And they're old school ones. Yes. Remember the People Mover, House of the Future? All right, that was awesome. Day 2 is even bigger because it's free. It is a giant, basically, vendor market. And then that whole room turns into basically like a full-on crazy convention floor. People will have stuff for sale. We're going to be there all day doing book signings and stuff like that. So we're making our escape now. Saving the best for last because a piece of crazy Southern California, and even more importantly, Tiki history, a relic of the past, has resurfaced, and we're on our way to see it right now. I'm still very uncomfortable doing stuff like this, because as loud as I am, I'm actually honestly very shy. So I feel very uncomfortable, like on the stage like that, and people just look at you, just talking to you, asking you questions, like, oh, what am I gonna say something wrong? It's so weird. But for the record, everybody's so nice and cool, so by the time I'm in it, I'm like, oh yeah, this is fine, this is great, but I always get so nervous, like going to stuff like this, it's so weird. But enough about my feelings, nobody cares about those. Let's go see a piece of history. All right, well, after a quick outfit change, we are now in an industrial park in Cypress, California. Sort of the least tiki-looking place ever, but there's a very sacred tiki relic up yonder that I have not seen for a long time, and we should be getting here right when one of my friend's bands is gonna play. Oh, dude, look at those RVs. Those are sick. Disco Pickle. Oh yeah, things are looking more tiki now. Look at the old cars parked out here. Sick. Oh, look at that right there. Look at that Continental. Sweet. Okay, so where we're going is Lace Music Products. I always thought they were just called Lace Pickups. The guys from Lace set up this event, which is a little bit of a fundraiser out here, because they are the ones who bought and saved the Swordfish sign from Don the Beachcomber in Huntington Beach. And if everything goes according to plan, in just a few minutes, we will be seeing the Swordfish. Oh my gosh, I can already see it. And look at that. My friends are just about to play. It's the Hula Girls. There they are. There's my buddy Spike right up there, being the front man, and they're standing right in front of the Swordfish. Dude, I didn't know there was gonna be vendors here, man. I could have sold some of my tiki masks. Oh wow, there's some rad stuff out here today. There they are, the Hula Girls. Oh my gosh, I've never seen it up this close. Look at this, my friend Ben is here. My old drummer.
It's a big fish.
Now he's in the volcanics, and we just missed your set. Sorry, dude. And I missed your birthday.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
look at the size of that.
You know, it's fine.
Look at the size of that freaking fish. Dude, look how crusty this thing is. They're restoring it. They're doing new neon. That's what the fundraiser's all about. What's that? Oh my gosh, look at this. I wonder if that's where the beehive was. I heard there was like a crazy beehive in it. Yeah. Anyway, Lace Pickups. They saved the Don the Beachcomber sign. Look at his little face. I've never been this close to the Swordfish. This is amazing. Look into his mouth. Oh my gosh. And look at them Hula Girls. Hula-ing it up. Dude, look at that. The Hula Girls playing in front of the Don the Beachcomber / Sam Seafood fish that used to be high above Don the Beachcomber and Sunset Beach for all of those years when they'd be playing shows in the Dagger Bar. We've come full circle. And dude, what a crowd, dude. This place is packed. There's so many familiar faces. This is awesome. Dude, I'm digging that there's a little market here, man. I didn't know about that part. This is awesome. How cool is it that Lace Music just randomly saved that sign? There's just one problem. Now I feel like they're honor bound to open up a tiki bar with that thing. A great backdrop for a stage. The only thing is, man, what if that fell over? That would crush everyone. Look at the size of it. It was like standing room only back there, so I just grabbed a seat on the floor. Crisscross applesauce. And look at the view I got now. Look at Spike up there. Spike's Breezeway Fish Shower. And we got the go-go dancers. Nice. Fish dancers. Over here. We're all waiting for the sun to go down. We need that fish to light up, dude. Never wanted a fish to light up so
We
hard.
need that fish to light up.
2, 1.
Whoa! The fish is lit! The fish is lighted. The fish has been ignited. It's on! Spike from Spike's Tiki Breezeway Cocktail Breezeway Tiki. What is it?
Spike's Breezeway Cocktail Hour.
And you and I are going to do an event.
Yeah.
When? July
11th. 11. Costa Mesa.
Costa Mesa.
At Lander's Liquor House.
Is it free? Is it
Yeah,
free? Okay,
free.
so free, and we're gonna be outside.
Yep.
So even if you're not 21, you can come to this. I'm gonna have Tiki mask. You're gonna have
The Hula Girls.
and stuff,
And stuff.
secret stuff.
I'm gonna be selling some stuff.
Tiki mugs.
But my band's also playing inside.
Yes, the Hula Girls are playing.
Over 21 inside.
Over 21 inside.
Everybody else outside.
You just want to come and say hello. You're gonna be there.
I'm gonna be
We're
there.
gonna take some fun pics. I'm gonna take some fun.
You're gonna be there.
We're gonna have some stuff for sale.
Yep.
July 11th. I just want to say that before I forget because I just had a Tiki drink for this Tiki bar.
Oh no.
Yeah, it only takes 1 pound.
Yeah.
Dude, this is freaking awesome. Don the Beachcomber, Sunset Beach. When I was going through all my troubles and starting to go through a divorce and actively in my divorce, all kinds of crazy times. Back in the origin of the Quest for Positivity days, that was like a haven for me, like another little Disneyland. That's where I met Spike. That's where like we first met in person, and we became friends. I became friends with all the Hula Girls people and the girls. And it really was like a tropical paradise, like this weird place down by the beach where we'd escape, and the Hula Girls would play like 3 or 4 sets down in the Dagger Bar. And we just like had the run of the place, the Hidden Village. We used to go to the original Tiki Marketplace down there. It is really cool to see this again. That's just rope light around the edge. For some reason, I think it's because I've been to so many or heard of so many Route 66, sign relightings. I thought they were gonna do neon, but I guess no neon. But the sign is lit. Look at that, Don's all lit up. Somewhere the Sam Seafood letters still exist because this Swordfish goes all the way back before it was Don the Beachcomber. I did a whole history video of it before Don the Beachcomber finally closed. And those Sam's letters still exist somewhere. So hopefully maybe the other side, it'll say Sam's again one day. Weird. Dude, this thing is huge, by the way. It's like the size of a school bus. We kept saying, like, what if it falls over and just smashes the drummer? Awesome. Anyway, there you go. A piece of Tiki history out here in Cypress, California at Lace Musical Instruments. Preserved forever, dude. The Swordfish lives. We had to outwait all the bands to see it. And on that note, I believe the vendors are going to start packing up at this weird Don the Beachcomber reunion. And it really was. I saw some Hula Girls I haven't seen before for years and years. Saw a lot of people I haven't seen since the Don the Beachcomber days. A lot of the old familiar faces came out today. So it was very much a reunion. It's all over now. It's all being packed up and put away. And there it is right there. Lace Musical Instruments. They even have a little Tiki guitar over there. Or whatever it's called. Ukulele? Mandolin? What the heck is that thing over there? I love it. Oh, look at this. They got some sick Don the Beachcomber merch. The Swordfish merch. See, there you go. Sam's right there somewhere. Those letters still exist. There's the Lace Tiki guitar right over here. Saw this bad boy at NAMM. Anyway, they got some photos out here of when they saved the Swordfish and everything. Oh, I love that they have shirts out here. I grabbed one of those magnets. I had to grab the little Sam's magnet. Allie's got it in her hand right over there. Taking that bad boy home. Speaking of home, this episode has been filming for, 2 days? I think it's safe to say we've done enough. We've done our duty. It's time to go home and...
Sleep well.
where I left my stick.